Let's dive right into this explainer. We're looking at a deeply resonant short story today called The Sapling of Knowledge. And this piece hits on something literally almost everyone watching has dealt with at some point, that intense, crushing pressure and the paralyzing performance anxiety we get in our academic or professional lives. We're going to break down this narrative step by step because it uncovers a massive shift in mindset that can completely change how you approach learning forever. So picture this. The classroom was silent. I want you to really imagine that heavy, thick stillness of an exam room. It's not a peaceful quiet, right? It's that stressful silence where all you can hear is the ticking clock, the scratching of other people's pens, and, well, the incredibly loud beating of your own heart. It's the ultimate high-stakes environment where your whole future seems to hang on what happens in the next couple of hours. Now, have you ever been in that exact spot? You knew the material perfectly yesterday. You practiced, you felt super confident, but the second you sit down and look at the paper, boom, your mind just wipes itself completely blank. It's actually a biological response. The stress spikes your cortisol, which literally blocks your brain's ability to retrieve memories. And that terrifying, very real moment of freezing under pressure, that is exactly where the protagonist of our story finds himself. And look, this isn't a student who slacked off. He's bright, he did the work, he absolutely knew the answers yesterday. But today, total blank. Minutes are just slipping away in that oppressive silence, and the physical anxiety is completely taking over. I mean, sweat is literally rolling down his face. He's trapped in this awful internal crisis, totally paralyzed by the fear of immediate results. But while he's agonizing inside, he glances out the window and sees this wild contrast. Inside, we have our student, suffering, fearful, completely blanking. But outside in the courtyard, there's the school peon. He's peaceful, he's smiling, and he's carefully planting this tiny sapling right in the blistering hot sun. It's such an extreme juxtaposition, right? You have this agonizing internal chaos on one side and this strange, deeply focused, peaceful labor on the other. Looking out at this, the boy's anxiety morphs straight into resentment. He sees this peaceful old man and thinks, how can he work peacefully while I am suffering here? This right here is the inciting incident. Misery loves company, or at the very least, it demands an explanation. The boy just cannot comprehend how someone doing hard physical labor in the heat could be smiling while he, sitting at a desk, is in pure misery. Well, that irritation festers for the rest of the exam. After the test finishes and that awful silence finally breaks, the boy's internal anxiety erupts into outward anger. He doesn't just pack up and go home. He actually seeks the old man out. All that built-up tension needs an outlet, so he marches straight out to the courtyard to confront the person who dared to be happy while he was suffering. He walks right up to the old peon and demands an answer. Why were you smiling in this heat? It's a really challenging question. He wants to know the secret, or honestly, he probably just wants to prove the old man is foolish. I mean, how could anyone possibly find joy in manual labor under a punishing sun, especially when the payoff seems so insignificant? But the old man's response is so incredibly gentle. The text tells us he laughs softly. He's not offended at all. He just says, because this tree will give shade one day. Notice what's missing there. There's absolutely no mention of today, no mention of his own immediate comfort. He reveals a mindset that is completely detached from the uncomfortable, immediate moment he's actually in. The boy immediately fires back, but you may not even sit under it. See, the student is still entirely trapped in a transactional mindset of immediate gratification. To him, if you put in the effort, you have to be the one to immediately reap the reward. Why plant a tree if you're too old to ever enjoy the shade? In his mind, he just hit the nail on the head and pointed out a massive flaw in the old man's logic. The old man doesn't argue. He just nods, accepts the logic, and says true, but someone will. Wow. That is a breathtaking display of selfless patience. He knows full well he won't see the ultimate result of his labor. His joy doesn't come from consuming the reward. It comes from the act of creation itself, from contributing to a future he won't even be a part of. And the whole dynamic shifts right here. The old man stops his work, looks directly into the boy's eyes, and really sees the deeper struggle. He sees past the anger to the anxiety and fear that actually caused the confrontation in the first place, and he gets ready to deliver the core wisdom of the text. He gives us this stunning metaphor. Education is also like planting trees. You may not see results immediately, but one day, your hard work will protect your future. In just one sentence, he completely shatters the boy's understanding of why he's even sitting in that silent classroom. Education isn't some vending machine where you put in a test and instantly get out a grade. It is the slow, deliberate planting of seeds. And this wasn't just a fleeting aha moment. That sentence changed the boy forever. It was a permanent psychological shift. The student realized, basically right then and there, that his entire framework for success was fundamentally broken. And more importantly, that broken framework was the exact root cause of his paralyzing fear. Let's break down this shift because the contrast is wild. When your philosophy is studying for marks, your time frame is immediate, right? You need the grade right now. And your emotional state, it's 100% fueled by fear. But when you switch to studying for life, your time frame shifts to delayed results, and that transforms your emotional state from fear into a sense of building future protection. The text maps this transformation out in 3 clear steps. Step 1, he stopped studying only for marks. He just let go of that immediate transaction. Step 2, he started studying for life, valuing deep understanding over a quick score. And the ultimate result is Step 3. Slowly, his fear disappeared. By changing his goal from instant validation to actual foundational growth, his performance anxiety just starved to death. It literally had nothing left to feed on. So, what is the ultimate moral we should take away from this? The story leaves us with a final, super powerful metaphor that gives us a completely new framework to evaluate our own pursuits. Look at this distinction. Concept 1 acknowledges reality. Marks open a door. Yes, for sure, grades, immediate results, metrics, they are keys. They give you access. But concept 2 is where the real truth lies. Learning builds the house behind it. Immediate results might give you entry, but it's that patient, long-term, delayed gratification growth that actually creates a place worth standing in once you walk through that door. I want to leave you with this final thought directly from the source. Look at this quote and ask yourself honestly about your own life, your career, or your studies right now. Are you spending all your time, your energy, and your anxiety just trying to unlock a door? Or are you patiently, peacefully, actually building your house? Keep that question with you as you go about your day.